What's up, Pineal family? So in this video, I'm gonna talk about 3 reasons why you should be growing a fall garden this year. So let's go and talk about it. So the first reason is because you can, and it's super fun. So if you have never grown in the fall time, you're missing out on this huge window that you can still grow a bunch of really tasty veggies. So if you haven't watched my last video, I talk about all the things that you can grow in the fall time, but it is vast. All your leafy greens, your brassicas, your carrots, you can grow all these in the fall time. So if you're not taking advantage of this season, you're just losing out on great quality food that you can be growing for you and your family. And it's also super fun. On that same point, if you have just grown in the spring and the summertime, and you are feeling kind of burnt out, that's probably because it has been so hot. You have dealt with powdery mildew, you've dealt with pests, you have dealt with so much stuff during that hot summer months, and now you're just kind of burnt out from gardening. You've had to water your garden 5 times a day or something like that, some ungodly amount, probably not obviously 5 times, I'm exaggerating, but when it's 90 to 100 degrees out, you can kind of get burnt out. But in the fall time, it's beautiful out here. It's hoodie weather, it's sweatshirt weather, like I'm wearing right now, and it's just gorgeous. And it is a gorgeous time to grow some veggies for you and your family. So if you have not taken advantage of fall gardening, that is the first reason why I think that you should try it this season. The second reason why I think that you should start a fall garden this year is for soil health and for your spring garden. So if you start your fall garden now instead of waiting to start your garden in the springtime, what you're doing is you give the soil more time to grow. You give that ecosystem in the soil more time to grow. So if you start your fall garden and then you either grow something like your leafy greens, or you put a cover crop on it, or you just even if you just put a leaf mulch layer on top of your compost that you are feeding the soil, using the compost to feed the soil, you're going to have much healthier soil in the springtime, right? Soil is an ecosystem. I'm gonna do a video on that soon as well, but soil is alive. It's alive, it's an ecosystem, and what your job as the gardener is to feed that soil. And we use compost, we use plants, the roots from those plants, like a cover crop. Those roots will feed the soil. It will feed those microbes in the soil. So always having something growing in the soil is actually a really good thing. If not growing, at least having the soil covered. But that brings us back to the point of not waiting to the spring to create your garden, because then you don't have as much time for that soil to build that ecosystem, especially if you're using compost, which I would highly suggest. A lot of people don't have access to finished compost, and a lot of it is hot, quote unquote, right? It's hot, which just means it's not completely broken down. It's still, temperature-wise, it's actually hot. And so if you don't have access to finished compost and you just have a big scoop from a garden supply center and it's not all the way finished, putting it down in the fall, winter time and letting it just set and letting it kind of finish up and break down even further will really help your garden in the springtime. Everything would just be a lot healthier. The soil would be a lot healthier, and you would just be off to the races. The third and final reason why I think you should grow a fall garden and to set up your fall garden is because, again, it brings it back to the spring garden and the summer garden of if you get everything set up now in the fall, it is so much easier to plant in the spring. Instead of having to run around in the springtime and get everything ready so you can plant your seeds and you can put your plugs in there. If you already have everything set up in the fall time, not only can you plant some stuff like your garlic that needs to overwinter, and not only can you plant stuff that can overwinter, like your leafy greens, to have a super early spring crop, but it just makes your job in the spring so much easier. You come out early spring, you can start seeding, you can start transplanting your little seedlings into the ground. You don't have to wait to set up your garden and then do it, which that is, it might not seem that big, but when life starts taking over and you just don't have time, and now next thing you know it's springtime and it's been a couple weeks and you should have put everything in the ground a couple weeks ago, but you don't have everything ready yet and set up, you lose valuable time. So getting everything set up in the fall and the winter time is so important for your peace of mind in the springtime. It makes your job as a gardener so much easier. Those are my 3 tips. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see down in the comments. Love you guys. Peace out. Let's grow together. I will see you in the next video.